How many people do you know on your street? What do you know about them? Yeah, maybe you know John across the street because he drives a Ford F-150. And maybe he wakes up at 6 o'clock and his screeching mower you can't get out of your head when you're trying to get those precious moments of sleep. But do you really know your neighbors? Do you know their interests, their likes, their dog's name, their child's birthday, or maybe that they're graduating this year? Do you know that John is a woodworker and could help you out with hanging those shelves next week? Do you know that Susie across the street is an expert sewer and maybe she could fix that dress that you've wanted fixed for the last 3 years? What do you know about your neighbors? See, today I want to tell you 3 reasons why we should all know our neighbors. The first is community. Second, camaraderie. And third, convenience. First, I want to delve into community. See, knowing your neighbors brings more joy. According to Inc.com, 5 of the 7 ways of being happy includes other people. See, happiness is not something we attain on our own by boxing ourselves in, by building fences around our neighbors. It's something that involves others, involves inviting them into our lives. The second reason community is important is that it creates a sense of belonging. According to NPO, a sense of belonging is when citizens feel at home. And what better place to feel belonged than at your house? See, when you know your neighbors, when you know your community, you begin to feel at home even more in your home. So not only community does bringing forth neighbors come from, but it also provides camaraderie. Protection is one of the greatest resources of camaraderie. In my neighborhood, as I was moving in, I had a couple neighbors tell me, hey, if you have any packages from Amazon or wherever, you might want to make sure they get gathered within a day or two. We have had a couple packages stolen. However, they said we have neighbors all around here watching our neighbors' backs. See, you got Ed across the street who has actually called the cops on people stealing. Or you have Jake, who has also seen packages stolen and stopped them. And Keaton and Gabby, and the list goes on of people who have watched each other's back in my neighborhood, firsthand experiences. Not only firsthand experiences, but here's a data point. Over 11 million homeowners have had packages stolen from their house last year. Last year, 11 million homes have been stolen from on their porches, packages that belong to them. Those packages average from $50 to $100 a piece. This is according to data from parcelpending.com. Not only protection from camaraderie, but care from camaraderie. This idea of what do you need? What can I help you with? That neighbors so often have. According to Yes Magazine, borrowing strengthens society. See, there's a list of tools you can find on the internet of things you shouldn't buy, but instead borrow. That one tool you use that you think, oh, I need to spend $400 to buy a chainsaw. Your neighbor across the street may have that tool. The average life of a drill is used 13 minutes, according to yes.com. Well, how great would it be if your neighbor had that tool and you knew you only needed to screw in a couple items and you were able to go borrow from your neighbor? Or maybe it's that one spice. Maybe you're missing nutmeg and that will make your recipe complete, but you don't have it and you can't run to the store or else your food will burn. Call up your neighbor. Maybe they'll be able to help. Or maybe your mower ran out of gas. The list goes on. So, why should you meet your neighbors? Community, convenience, and camaraderie. Community brings more joy and a sense of belonging. Convenience develops proximity and privilege because of that proximity. And camaraderie, protection and care. So I want to call you to action right now. If you do not know your neighbors, now is a great time to extend your greetings. Write them a letter. Say hello. Ask them about their lives to build a sense of community and relation with your neighbor.